So in this lesson, we're going to be learning about function composition. And this little open circle, this operation means composition when it's placed between two functions. So this reads f composed with g of x. Okay, another way that you can see function composition is where the g of x is the argument of the function f. And this also composition means the same thing. It reads f of g of x. Okay, to evaluate the function f composed with the function g, first you evaluate g of x, and then you substitute that result into f of x in place of x. So let's go ahead and look at some tables of ordered pairs. F of x is 3x plus 2. G of x is negative x plus 5. So for instance, if I substitute negative 3 in here for x, f of negative 3 is 3 times negative 3, which is negative 9, plus 2, which is negative 7. So we can see that this table of x's will produce this output, f of x. So when we look at example A, f composed with g of 8, we're going to take the 8 and substitute it in for g of x. So there's our g of 8. So we look at the g table. We come down to where x is 8. We go across, and there's the output negative 3. So that's what g of 8 is. It's negative 3. Now we're going to evaluate f of negative 3. So we're going to look for negative 3 in the x column of the function f. So here's our negative 3, and the output is negative 7. Okay, let's try example B. So this time we're looking at g of f of negative 2. Right? The function g composed with f of negative 2 means to take the negative 2, put it in for x in the function f. Then once we have that result, we'll put that in for the x in the function g. So we're going to evaluate that f of negative 2. So we look for negative 2 in the x column of the function f. There's negative 2. We slide across and we see that answer, that result is negative 4. So we're going to use that now as the x for the function g. So we're going to come over to the function g's table, find negative 4 for the x, slide across, and there's the output, the 9. And so that answer is 9. Okay, let's try the next one. So we're going to evaluate the function f composed with g of 2. So we're going to evaluate g of 2 first. So we come to the x column in the function g. We look for positive 2. Slide across, there's the output 3. So we're evaluating now f of 3. So we find the 3 in the x column of the function f. And there's 3. We slide across and the output is 11. Okay, last one is f composed with itself evaluated at 0. So we're going to do the function f of 0. So we come to the f table looking where x is 0. So here's our 0, we slide across, and that output is 2. So we're evaluating f of 2. So we come back again to the f table, look where x is 2, and the output is 8. And those were our 4 answers. Okay, so you're going to pause the video, try these 4 problems on your dry erase board or on scratch paper, and then you can resume the video as soon as you're ready to check. So f composed with g of 1. That's going to be f of g of 1. And f of g of 1, we go to the g table, we look for the 1 as an x. There it is. The output is -1. We're going to use that as the input for f. So we go to the function f, find -1, and the output then is -8. Okay, g composed with f of 1. So we're going to evaluate g of f of 1. So we're going to go to the f table and look where x is 1. That answer is 2. We evaluate g of 2 by finding 2 in the g table for x. We slide across, and that answer is 2. Okay, next example, f composed with itself, and we're going to use a 1 to evaluate. So that's f of 1. So we come to the f table, we find where x is 1, slide across, and the answer is 2. Then f of 2, we look for 2 in the x column, slide across, and the output is 7. Okay, g composed with itself of 1, that's g of 1. So we're looking in the x for a 1 in the g table. There it is. We slide across, the output is -1. G of -1, we look for the x where it's -1 in the g table, slide across, and that answer is -7.